Hey everybody, welcome to RPM Rock and Pop Mandolin, your destination, your site for learning classic rock and pop songs on the mandolin. Classic rock and pop songs like this one from the 1980s once again, and a band out of Australia called INXS. This is a really fun song called Need You Tonight, and maybe a little bit unexpected to play it on the mandolin. Bet you never thought you'd play INXS on the mando, but it works, and those chords sound kind of cool. So in this tutorial, I will show you some of those parts, some of those funky parts that you will have fun playing on the mandolin. But first, if you are new to this channel, if you are just here for the first time, thanks very much for checking us out. We really appreciate it. We also appreciate it if you can hit that little subscriber button down there in the lower right corner, that little red button. It really helps this channel to continue to grow. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks once again for your ongoing support. We really appreciate that too. And if you want to support us a little bit more, maybe a tiny bit financially, please check us out on Patreon. Our Patreon link is down below. You can go over there and become a patron or a sponsor or a VIP of RPM and gain access to some lessons and other videos that I'm not going to be posting here on this YouTube channel. But enough of the business talk. How about taking a look at this song by INXS for mandolin called Need You Tonight? It's up next right here on RPM. Okay, let's break down this song by INXS, Need You Tonight for mandolin. Starting off with that opening riff, which is pretty cool. It starts off in the key of C. So what do I do there? Well, basically I'm just going from this C chord voicing and using my pinky to catch the 6th fret of the A string and then the 5th fret of the A string, all the while keeping that first finger anchored at the 2nd fret here. So, and the chords are just 1, 2, 3. You can use downstrokes there, 1, 2, 3, and then you want to get some up and down strokes here, right? So you're going. So 1, 2, 3, pause. There's a little pause in there, right? So don't forget that. So 1, 2, 3, pause. So you're going, so once, actually twice there on the 6th fret, and then, so those notes are, right? And actually, if you look at it, that's actually a C minor sort of pattern played over a C major chord voicing, which is kind of interesting. It's got this little note here, which is the flatted 3rd, but it sounds really cool when you go, right? There's a very cool little chord pattern for you. And you can also add in this part, if you want. You could play it down here. So you could go C, 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 and then, so it's just from the 3rd fret here and the 3rd fret there on those 2 strings, 5th fret up there, and then again that 6th fret on the A string. So, and you want to get back to that C chord again. So you could do it like that as well. So, all right, after that signature riff, you've got just a couple of chords to concern yourself with: a C chord and a B flat chord, and then an F chord down here. So your C chord is played for this voicing. I'm using a closed voicing here, so you can get a nice staccato sound. Same with the F. I'll show you that in a second. So the C voicing I'm using here is 5th fret of the G, 5th fret of the D string, and 7th fret of the A. So, right? And I'm just shifting that entire pattern down 2 frets to the 3rd fret and the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. That's a B flat chord. So, like that. So, and that's an F chord that I'm ending with there. That F chord, 2nd fret here, 3rd fret here, 3rd fret here. So, and you'll see in between I'm using a lot of ghost notes, right? And those are basically the main chords that are running throughout most of the song. So over top of those chords, the guitar player is doing a nice little riff that goes like this. And he's playing that all while the others are doing that. You can do. So what is that? Well, that's just that C minor pattern that I showed you earlier, but I'm using this string for this pattern, all right? This time on the top string, which is the G string, right? So G 5th fret, G 7th fret, G 8th fret. So, and then I'm just funking it up a little bit by, on that C note, I'm going da-da-da-da, so like that. So, like that. And you can put that pattern over top of those other chords, and it creates a nice little funky sort of lick or funky ambiance for this song. And that is Need You Tonight by INXS, a fun and funky song for you to play on the mandolin with really 3 easy parts. If you combine those with another instrument, maybe play along with another mandolinist, or maybe a guitarist or a bass player, a drummer, it's a really fun song to play. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you're new here, please hit that subscriber button on the way out. If you are a returning subscriber, please consider checking out our Patreon page. The link is down below in the comments. Thanks once again for tuning in to RPM.